Hello everyone, welcome to Shikara Academy. This is Raini Simon and today we are going to discuss the daily news analysis of 3rd of May 2025. Yes, and we will be covering The Hindu and Indian Express. And as promised, we will be also having from today the ethics session, the Telangana and AP session, and also one model answers we will be discussing in addition of the topics of the Hindu and Indian Express. So let's get started. What are the important news today? So we see that in the Hindu we have got this article which says that Punjab releases, the union government advises Punjab to release 4,500 cuses of water from Bhakra Dam to Haryana. Yes. Now let's get back to the basics. Here is the Bhakra Nangal Dam project. Okay, if you are preparing for competitive exams, then you know that how important these kind of locations, these projects and these dams become. So if we talk about Bhakra Nangal Dam, so it is on this Bhakra Dam is on the river Sutlej. Yes, it is on the river Sutlej. And if we talk about this body, okay, if we talk about this body, this is Bhakra Bias Management Board. Okay, Bhakra Bias Management Board. Again, this is BBMB is under your, it was formed under the section 79 of the Punjab Reorganization Act of 1966. Yes, this body was formed under Punjab Reorganization Act of 1966 and it manages water of Bhakra, Bias and Nangal project. Okay, this manages, it is in Sutlej river and it manages the water of Bhakra, Bias and Nangal project. So this is the basic which we are talking about. If we talk about the water crisis situation in India, then the whole India is facing the water crisis issue. The whole India is having this issue. And do you know that Niti Aayog has said that Punjab and Haryana are most water stressed states. These are the most water stressed states here, and thus we can see that this kind of issue now during the peak summer is coming in this region, and now the union government comes in and says the BBMP to release the water to Haryana. So this is the whole article, and with basics we have started it. Now let's talk about further. When it comes to any dispute between the states, then what will happen? Then comes your Article 262, students. Article 262 tells that Parliament adjudicates interstate river water disputes. So Parliament can, under Article 262, adjudicate interstate river water disputes. So this is the work of Parliament and under Article 262. And do you know that Interstate River Water Dispute Act is also there of 1956, which allows union government to establish tribunals for adjudicating disputes between states and river water. River waters like your Kaveri, your Krishna, your Godavari. So all these water will be seen how these water will be managed between the interstates, between the interstate boundaries. That will be done by Interstate Water Dispute Act of 1956, and Article 262 also gives the power to the Parliament to come in between the two states while they are managing their water. So recently we have seen that, we know that this body BBMB is formed under Punjab Reorganization Act of 1966 and has advised that they have to release this much of water to this Haryana's Bhakra Dam. But the problem here is water is not there with Punjab also, and now they have to give water to Haryana. They don't themselves have water, they have to send it to Haryana, and now here the problem starts when Punjab says that we ourselves don't have water. what water we are going to give to Haryana. And that's why this whole news in Hindu we have seen today, and this is the whole scenario which is happening in this particular region, and the conflict of interest is happening because of scarcity of water in the Sutlej river, where you get to see the Bhakra Nangal Dam. So you can also see the location. Location becomes very important for UPSC preparations. So this topic can also be asked on UPSC prelims question, where you can be asked about the states near Bhakra Nangal Dam. You can be asked a lump sum area, okay, what kind of rivers, the Sutlej river by which this dam is passing. So you can be asked such question. So heading forward, we will go to the next news. So this National Herald case. So don't think this is a very huge difficult case which you cannot understand. Let me bring you in a very simple words. Okay, what happened exactly? This news is of Hindu, and we will discuss why there is a notice for Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, and what is the whole scenario happening over here. So let me put all the things very simply. So this National Herald is a newspaper, okay. This is a newspaper, and you might be aware that in this newspaper, this is under your Associated General Limited. You might not be aware that it is this National Herald newspaper is under Associated General Limited. So this Associated General Limited, so there is something happening between this Associated General Limited and Young India. So National Herald case concerns that illegal acquisition of assets of Young India by Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. And what they have done is, the complaint is that Young India acquired Associate General this newspaper ka most of the shares in just 50 lakh, but the actual property is of 2000, my dear students. So the actual property is 2000, but they have acquired in just 50 lakhs. And thus most of the shares belong to Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. That's why now they are called under Prevention of Money Laundering Act, PMLA Act. Yes, Prevention of Money Laundering Act will now be enforced on them, and they will be summoned in front of the court. But what the court wants to say, the Supreme Court wants to say that, the natural justice, the law of natural justice says no one should be condemned unheard. These people should get a chance to be heard. They should get a chance to be heard in front of the jury, in front of the law. And if you talk about this kind of judgment, in also we have seen that in Menka Gandhi and Union of India, we have also said they have expanded the Article 21 to ensure fair procedure. Yes, so the news also came, and the Supreme Court also says that these people need to be heard. People need to be heard, and before filing the charge sheet against them, the charge sheet will be filed by the Enforcement Directorate. Yes, the Enforcement Directorate will be filing the charge sheet, and before the charge sheet comes to the Supreme Court, they have to be heard by the Supreme Court. Okay? They should get the right to be heard before the cognizance, meaning the accused must be allowed to present their side before the court accepts the charge sheet. So the Enforcement Directorate will be making a charge sheet, or they might have made the charge sheet already, and it will be coming in front of the Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court wants to hear them before they accept the charge sheet. Okay, and this is the presumption. So key legal principles involved we talk about. Then we have presumption of innocence. Accused are innocent until proven guilty. Court must scrutinize the charge before proceeding. Obviously, whenever there is a culprit, whenever there is someone who is culprit in the eyes of the law, then they should be heard. Then a proper scrutiny should be done by the court, and then presumption of innocence, they should get a chance to prove themselves innocent, and then the final decision should be taken, as it should be taken against Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi if they are actually the convict. Okay, blindly nothing can be done. And if we talk about the relevance, this topic, it's not only political diverter. ठीक है. In the newspaper you will see the very much political angle is given, a lot of political angle is given, the opposition is saying this, the BJP ruling party is saying this, but my dear friends, for UPSC, the article 21 against rights of the accused comes here. Right to life and personal liberty के अंदर you will get this right of the accused, and in the Menka Gandhi case also the fair procedure was mentioned and it was expanded under article 21. So this is the importance of this news which came in Hindu today, the National Herald case, which I have explained you very simply. Now you will never forget. Now let's go further and we will see Supreme Court rules stamp vendors are public servant under anti-corruption law. Yes, this news is again from the Hindu newspaper, where we have seen that licensed stamps vendors are public servants, says Supreme Court. So this kind of judgment, my dear students, this kind of judgment with this which the Supreme Courts come up with again and again, okay, you have to keep these all listed with you under the polity current affairs section, because especially in prelims now we see when we talk about polity, okay, when we talk about polity, so polity is again coming static and your current affairs. Yes, and they are mingling this now. When you will be having 4 statements, statement A, statement B, statement C, statement D, then they will be mingling all these static with current affairs. So you should be very thorough with the static of polity section. You should be by hearting your books. For example, we are studying Lakshmikant. You can take your own book, NCRTs, and apart from that you should also try to correlate what the current affairs is talking, what are the articles which are in news, and what are the provisions which is coming again and again in news. So all these things become important for your final, and prelims is very near. After that you will be having your mains preparation, so you need to jot all these things, all these points very clearly. So these are the two Supreme Court judges who have actually given this verdict, and they were like, yes, now the stamp vendors are also public servant. How they are public servant? How? Because they are not serving to the government directly, right? They are not serving to the government directly, but still they are doing something. They are selling stamps, okay, which is taken by the government and now sell to the public. Now the public gets this service of the government via these vendors. So according to these Supreme Court judges, it is said that now these vendors are also your public servants and they come under anti-corruption law. This is the whole agenda. So now if we talk about further, so if I ask you a question, under which law are public servants prosecuted for bribery? Under which law they are prosecuted under bribery? The public servants, the government servants, the bureaucrats. Under which law? Then it is Prevention of Corruption Act of 1988. Yes, the Prevention of Corruption Act of 1988 is the law under which they are prosecuted. Now simply I will tell you this whole agenda, what happened, from where the whole news came in the Hindu, and why the Supreme Court is getting very active now on this topic is that, suppose I will take an example in front of you. Okay, suppose there is a person, okay, there is a person called Arun and he is selling you stamps. You are buying stamps from Arun, okay, and these are government issued stamp papers, these are legal stamp papers. Okay, these are legal stamp papers, and thus he is charging you extra. Suppose it is of rupees 10, but he is charging you rupees 12. Now, SC says that, Supreme Court says that such a person should be treated as government officials taking a bribe. So this person Arun now will be treated as public servant and will come under the Prevention of Corruption Act of 1988, and the stringent action will be taken under him. So this is the whole thing. The judgment enables prosecution for bribery and corruption even though they are not formal government employees. Even though he is not a formal government employee, that vendor is not, he is not getting any kind of benefits from the government, but still indirectly he is a government employee, and he should be catered under this anti-corruption bureau. So as he stated that vendors perform public duties and they are authorized by the state to handle official documents. Obviously, these stamp papers are your official documents. These expand the scope of public accountability, making government authorized service provides liable under anti-corruption law. So this is the whole thing which we have discussed, and how the Supreme Court came in and they have said this, that even if it's stamp vendor, they are liable under anti-corruption law. So now our next topic is India is emerging as a hub for MICE tourism. What is MICE, MICE tourism? So MICE has a full form, and the full form talks about meetings, incentives, conferences and exhibitions. Yes, this is the full form of MICE tourism. And how the MICE tourism is happening, my dear students, how it is actually happening. So MICE, if we really want to know about MICE, then it brings international businesses. Okay, it brings international businesses, professionals, investments into our country, India. Okay, and to other countries as well, but now we are talking about India, so we will talk about India. So India is getting what? They are getting international businesses, they are getting professionals, investment to the country. And this kind of tourism is so beneficial that in the cities like your Mumbai, okay, then Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore and Jaipur, they already have a huge market for this kind of tourism, of MICE tourism. Okay, a lot of investment, a lot of international businesses are coming through this kind of tourism in this kind of metropolitan and this kind of improved and well developed cities of India. Now if we talk about the benefits, okay, let's talk about the benefits of MICE tourism. So MICE is really very important, and the two factor I will discuss with you for India point of view. I will discuss. See, we have a huge demographic dividend. We have the youth in front of us. Yes, we have the youth in front of us, and the youth wants job. The youth wants to grow. So with the help of MICE tourism, what we can do is the economic condition of a place will improve. How it will improve? Because MICE tourism will bring hospitality business and also transportation business. It will be boosting it all. Hospitality and transportation will be boosted under this MICE tourism. And you know that hospitality market caters to so many people. So many people comes under this, and that's why this news in Hindu tells us this MICE tourism is a capital which we need to cap. India need to cap it. So this is your MICE tourism, catering to the needs of a lot of people. A lot of people from foreign countries are coming here, investing on us. They are doing business with us here. They are forming their business in our ecosystem. So this kind of jobs will need more and more people, and thus people will get, and thus the economy of that place will be boosted. Now we talk about employment. Okay, whereas both of them are correlated, but still I want to say that travel agencies, if we talk about travel agencies, then venue management. Okay, venue management, these things are so important. And what do you think? Travel agencies and venue management, what they want? They want people. They want people like you and me. Yes, they want the diaspora of India to work for this. And now the MICE tourism caters to these needs, and thus more and more people will be involved in the job scenario, and thus they will get job. So already we have discussed that Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore and Jaipur, and even some small cities under the G20 cities are getting boost for this MICE tourism. And our tourism minister Gyanendra Singh has said that in a seminar that by Indian exhibition Industry Association that my tourism, the fastest growing sector, and is supported by the infrastructure development in major cities. Obviously, when you will get a lot of people, when you will get a lot of investment, in that case you will try to improve the investment, you will try to improve the infrastructure of your place, that is for sure. Now let's see. India is approaching global standards in hosting such as events, offering strong platforms. And now India is a leading destination for international business events. We have to make this place more stronger. Okay, this place which India holds, we have to make it more stronger. Now let's move forward. The next topic of our discussion is making parliamentary oversight stronger and more accountable. So how we will be able to do this? This is an editorial in the Hindu. Okay, Hindu was having this as an editorial, and this is so important to discuss today, because now if we talk about parliamentary committees, students, okay, if we talk about parliamentary committees, then parliamentary committees losing their importance day by day. What do you think? Previously, more and more bills, budgets and everything, bills were given to, the policies were once taken, were given to parliamentary committee, and they were decided, and they were sitting and deciding that whether it is good or not. But now the power is being taken from them. Okay, so what is parliamentary committee if we talk about? So parliamentary committee are your small groups, okay, small groups of members, small group of member of parliament, that is your MPs, and formed to examine specific issues in detail. So there will be specific issues which they will be discussing. Okay, this will be a small group of MPs. They will be discussing the specific issue here. Okay, and they will be working outside the regular session of parliament. The regular session of parliament will not be hampered. They will be working outside the regular session. Okay, they will be doing the regular sessions also, but they will be having the insight in this topic also. And their duty is should be mainly policy scrutiny. Okay, they should work on policy scrutiny, that whether the policies like PM Kisan is working or not, whether MG Narega is working or not. Okay, this all things they have to keep in mind. So this was the whole agenda what the author is talking about in this article. And they also say that parliamentary oversight ensures accountability of the executive. The executive need to be accountable. Yeah, the executive need to be accountable, and thus comes the role of parliamentary committees. However, in India, committees often focus on budget and financial audit rather than evaluating policy outcomes. The policy outcomes ko evaluate karna, policy outcome should be for the betterment of the people, for the welfare of the people, rather than the money is going to the wrong hands. The policy outcomes need to be good. So this also need to be scrutinized by the parliamentary committees nicely. But what is the problem here with India? There is a lack of time, expertise and follow-up reports. So these kind of things they are not able to follow up. And when they are not able to follow up, again the whole agenda of parliamentary committees is getting failed. If we talk about foreign countries like US and UK, they offer models of robust scrutiny. India must adapt technology and data system and empower committees with research and legal experts. So this kind of benefits also we need to give to a parliament committee. We need to give them a legal background. We have to give them research, R&D sector, so that they can work more better way. And do you know that a former Prime Minister, former President K.R. Narayan stressed that Parliament must be a vigilant watchdog, ensuring governance is by the people, for the people, and truly accountable. Yes, the Parliament is such an important body in India. So the Parliament should act as a vigilant watchdog, and they should ensure governance is by the people and for the people. It should be for the people and by the people. There should be no encroachment of rights of the people. Okay, so this was the agenda which we have discussed. Now going further, as we have discussed at Shikara IAS Academy, we will be dealing with Telangana news, we will be dealing with Andhra Pradesh news. So here we got today that this is the news related to Telangana, that Hyderabad, the capital of Telangana, hosts 72nd Miss World 2024. And what is the date? From May 7th to 31st. Okay, so this is such a proud moment. This is such a proud moment for Telangana, for Hyderabad, that they are actually hosting the 72nd Miss World 2024. And from all across the countries, beauties will be coming to participate. And this will be led by Julia Evelyn Morley. Okay, Julia Evelyn Morley will be hosting this, participating in this, leading this, and all eyes will be there on Telangana with a focus of tourism, culture and investment. Yes, when such kind of big events is happening in your city, in your state, then obviously all eyes will be on Telangana. And the grand opening will be done in Gachibowli Stadium, followed by heritage tour, sports and talent competition. Telangana aims to boost FDI, showcase women empowerment and position Hyderabad as the global event hub through soft diplomacy and cultural promotion. So this is the final goal of Telangana, and Telangana is going to showcase its talent. Telangana is going to showcase the true development which Telangana has done, which Hyderabad has done. Okay, so this was the news, state specific news, which we have promised you that we are going to include in our Shikara IAS Academy daily news analysis, apart from the Hindu and Indian Express. Now the next news is again from Amravati, and there will be a Quantum Valley in Amravati. You know that there will be Quantum Valley in Amravati, and India's first quantum tech hub to be launched in 2026. India's first quantum tech will be launched in Amravati in 2026. This is such a proud moment for Amravati. So Amravati, capital of Andhra Pradesh, will host India's first Quantum Valley Tech Park, which will be launched in January 1, 2026. So what is quantum computing? It uses qubits, which allows superimposition in entanglement, and thus the whole process. And even, do you know that TCS and L&T have signed MOUs with the state government? The vision is to make Amravati the Silicon Valley of India for quantum computing and AI. We all know that Bangalore is doing too good when it comes to IT sector. Now we have to shift the crowd to Amravati as well. Now we have to shift the crowd to Hyderabad. We have to shift the crowd to Andhra Pradesh, so that the population growth in Bangalore, which is degrading the water quality, which is degrading the traffic quality here, can be again managed in this place, the capital city of Andhra Pradesh. Then key application includes biomedicine, cybersecurity, cryptography, material science, financial modeling and EV battery innovation. This is the main thing which they are going to discuss about. Hybrid computing models combining quantum and classical systems will be developed to tackle high complexity global challenges. So this is the whole target of the Quantum Valley in Amravati, and they are going to make it by January 1st, 2026. Now here we come with our ethics session. Yes, our ethics session. In our ethics session, we will be today discussing, can ethics keep pace with the rapid evolution of AI? And ethics and AI, what is the challenges going on between them? How we will be able to maintain ethics, maintain AI, how we will be able to maintain a balance in both. We need to have a model standards, but we need to have speed and efficiency like AI also. So how the whole scenario can be catered to? Let's discuss. So let's first talk about this article. So this article in Hindu tells that it's talking about a lot of perspective. Okay, it's talking about consent and privacy violation by AI. Okay, so what is happening? I will ask a question. Should AI be allowed to mine data without explicit permission? Whether the data belongs to you, me, or any third person. Should AI be allowed to mine data without explicit permission? Do you think so? Is it right? No, my dear friends, it's not right taking data without asking, which is actually happening nowadays. You are putting your data, your likings, what you're liking, what the color you like, what are the food items you like, and then you're feeding your data to some app, you're ordering food, and then that data will be again taken by the AI, and then again you will get the advertisements again and again. Have you ever noticed that you will, if you are thinking of buying a watch, okay, in Google you will search that I want so and so watch, okay, and then after searching there in your YouTube feed, in your Instagram feed, you will be getting all the advertisements related to your watch. And who is sending you? It's the AI who is sending you all these things. Yes, it's the AI who knows that you want a watch, you are thinking of buying a watch. So now you will get that kind of things. And if we talk about right to privacy, then it is coming under Article 21. Right to privacy is under Article 21, right to life and personal liberty. Who says this? This judgment was given by Justice K.S. Puttaswamy case in 2017. So in 2017, we get to see that in K.S. Puttaswamy case, that now right to privacy is a fundamental right and it comes under Article 21. Okay. Then comes your biasness and discrimination. We have also seen cases where we have seen that hiring is happening by the AI tool, and this AI tool is discriminating according to the gender, that who is boy, who is girl. They are discriminating this thing. This AI is doing that. So again, that was scrapped. Okay, and because this did not work, you cannot discriminate work by the mere some data in which you have got the biasness towards any male or female candidates. So you cannot do that. AI cannot do that. That is a discrimination altogether. Now, difficult to interpret. Obviously, AI is like a black box. You never know. Okay, you never know what is happening inside. It is like a black box. AI is like a black box. Difficult to interpret. And let me talk about few examples. Okay, the article talks about few examples also, and in the example we will see that there was a Cambridge Analytica scandal. Okay, there was something called Cambridge Analytica scandal. What happened in that? In that, misuse of personal data via AI for political manipulation. Yes, for political manipulation, your personal data were mismanaged and misused by the AI. This was your Cambridge Analytica scandal case. You can also use such kind of cases in your ethics answers, because for ethics, my dear students, you have to give live examples. You have to give examples which are very live, not the outdated one again and again. If you want to fetch good marks in ethics, you have to substantiate your point with good examples. So this is the one of the example which I have given you now. Apart from that, there is, I was telling you, biasness on the basis of gender. Then there is something called Amazon's AI hiring tool. Okay, and what this was doing, this is your second example, and what this was doing, it was doing biasness against women. Okay, against women they were doing biasness, and they were hiring only men. So then they came to know that, oh my god, by using the AI data, knowledge, whatever they have, this hiring tool is not competent. They are going all against women. So they have scrapped it. So these are the two examples which you can use for your ethics answer, and this topic is already revolving around what we have already discussed, that right to privacy we have to cater, we have to see that whether consent is taken or not, and also the AI is a black box. We can never know what is going on. It's very difficult to interpret, my dear students. Okay, it's very difficult to interpret what is going on exactly in the black box of AI's mind. And you also know that the deep fake misuse. See, if we are talking about the deep fake misuse, if it goes unchecked, as in China's social credit system raising concerns over dignity and liberty. Meanwhile, private entities often prioritize profits over values. So it's very obvious that some organizations, some countries are giving this kind of say. But India, if I talk about, India is going on an ethical background, and India will never allow scandals like deep fake misuse, and to this kind of misuse can also affect the individuals. Okay, nowadays you might have seen the images of actors and actresses. Okay, images of actor and actresses are misused. They are being used for Instagram videos. Yes, they are being used as Instagram videos, which is again not allowed anyway. But this is happening just because of the dominance of artificial intelligence. Now going further, as promised, we are having one model answer we will be discussing, and the topic also we have taken from newspaper only. The profound shift in the global order. The global order. What do you think? See, previously we have heard that the United Nations was putting tariff in all the possible countries, be it Canada, be it Mexico, be it India, be it China. At one point of time, 125% tariff was put on China. But now, what do you think? This kind of trade war, protectionism, is moving the world from multipolar to their own selfish interest. And now India, the author says that India should also try to find its own path and need to be very smart. India need to be very smart with its allies. Okay, India need to be very smart with its allies. India need to know that who is friend and who is not. So this whole article we are going to discuss, which talks about that the trade wars which is happening, the protectionism which is happening in today's world is not exactly what was dreamt of. So let us discuss with a question. Okay, so GS paper 2 you will get such kind of model questions. International relations, discuss how the shifting global trade architect post WTO has impacted emerging economies like India. How should India recalibrate its foreign policy and trade strategies in this new global order? So how India should recalibrate its strategies, foreign policies in this new global order? So the answer says that the weakening of the WTO led multilateral trade order, and this has impacted emerging economies. Developed nations, your US, UK, China, they have increasingly bypassed these global norms like WTO. And they have formed their own bilateral ties and regional agreements. Yes, they have formed their own bilateral and regional agreements. US sometimes goes to India, sometimes goes to Ukraine, sometimes goes to France. So US changes its stance. And there are trade wars, there are technological restrictions, supply chain disruption, almost 125% tariff on China, 25% tariff on India. So these things are actually happening. For instances, if we talk about the vaccine nationalism during COVID-19, oh my God, this was such a selfish step taken by modern nations that vaccine should come first to the nation. Okay, I adhere to that. But if you have something extra, you can give to the smaller countries as well, to the poor countries as well, to the needy countries as well. But this was not happening, my dear friends. If you remember the Delta version of COVID-19, the second version, which was very deadly in India, there was so much shortage of oxygen cylinder at that time. So at that time we talk about this was something which was happening all around the world, but India was helping its neighborhood countries. India was helping Sri Lanka, it was helping Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan. Yes, India was helping with vaccines for all these countries. So India also must recalibrate by focusing on strategic autonomy, diversifying trade partners, and investing in indigenous manufacturing. And have you heard about the production linked incentive schemes that we have to make it India, and also the digital push by Digital India? And we have also now given push to semiconductors. Actually, previously we were importing a lot of semiconductors from China. Okay, so China had these rare earth materials, huge abundance, and thus they were having a giant in semiconductors. Still they are in giant. US and China, they are giants in semiconductors, especially China. But now India is making its own semiconductors. And now India is also advised to strengthen regional ties like BIMSTEC, ASEAN, talk to ASEAN countries, develop trade with them, which India is actually already doing. Our Prime Minister is also already doing that. So India should also lead in shaping global norms in emerging dominance like AI and data governance, ensuring inclusivity by becoming a ruler shaper than a rule taker. Yes, India need to become a rule maker and shaper. India need to make rule that if this is right, this is right. If this is wrong, this is wrong. Rather than just adhering to what US says, rather than just adhering to what your developed country says, we need to use our own conscience. We need to be working on our own development and the upliftment of poverty and people in our country. So this was the whole discussion, my dear friends. We are done here. We are done with all the important topics which we have discussed in the Hindu, the Indian Express. We have gone to the Telangana news. Then we have gone to the Andhra Pradesh news. Apart from that, we have learned about the ethical angle in the newspaper, what articles are coming. We have also discussed 2 examples in the ethics which you can use in your UPSC mains answer. You have to note it down. You have to note both the examples in your notes. And then finally we have discussed a full-fledged model answers on the current world order, and it comes under GS paper 2 international relations. I hope everything was clear, and if you have any kind of doubt, then please comment us below. I will be taking your DNA analysis and I will be discussing all the doubts whatever you having, and further we can grow together. Okay, for your any doubts you can comment us below, and please like to this video and also subscribe to our channel Shikara Academy. And we are preparing you for UPSC, we are preparing you for state PCS, especially Telangana Group 1, Group 2 and Andhra Pradesh state PCS examination. We are making you full prepare. We have 1 whole year foundation batch as well. Okay, I hope that is clear. So that's all from my side. Thank you. Have a nice day.